Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I apologise if this little one makes a noise. He's in a bad mood because I won't give him the selfie stick that I'm using for my phone. I was going to record this video on my camera, but with him around there's just no way that I can do that because he likes to touch everything. No, don't touch it, just 1 minute. So I thought it would be fun to do a bit of a home kit gender prediction, so a few tests. I have my scan this week and I think we are planning to find out what we're having this time. I didn't find out last time. I talk about that in a video, in a gender disappointment video. I will link it above and below for you to go and watch that so you can see why I didn't find out what I was having last time. But we were really rubbish at picking names. I'll also link what I named my baby, so I think it's called that. So you know why we were so bad at picking names. So I feel like it will be a little bit easier if we know what we're having. Anyway, I've got my scan this week and I was planning to do this video and I was going to do it sitting down properly, get the camera set up, but the time has just got away from me. Don't touch it, just a minute, baby. It's a good boy. Just a minute, okay? So I'm going to try and record a quick video for you now with a few little tests and see what we get. So the first thing I did was I found a gender predictor kind of questionnaire online. I will try and find it again and put the link below. I've answered all the questions and the answers have disappeared, but I got about 76% towards a girl. I found the questions quite difficult to answer. One of them was, are you carrying high or are you carrying low? I feel like I'm carrying higher than last time, but I know I'm not as high as a lot of women. In fact, some woman that we saw a couple of weeks ago said I was carrying quite low, and I didn't think I was carrying as low as I was last time. So I found that quite hard to answer. I think I was a bit indifferent on that answer. So the few of the answers I was very indifferent. I didn't really have an answer either way, but I got 76% towards a girl, so that is 1 towards a girl. The next one I've done is the Chinese prediction chart, and basically with that, again, I will try and find a link for that so that I can put that down below for you. You look up what age you were when you conceived and the month that you were when you conceived, and it tells you whether you are likely to have a boy or a girl. Now for me, it tells me a boy for my age and the month that I conceived. I actually did it for Tommy. I looked it up and it was right. It said boy, and obviously he is a little boy, aren't you? And you've got a snotty nose as well. So that's for boy. So that's a bit interesting. The questionnaire said a girl. This Chinese gender prediction has said a boy, and I have heard that a lot of people have said that's quite correct. If you want to kind of know beforehand, before the scan or before your baby's here, what you're having, is to use that Chinese gender prediction chart, and that says boy, so that's quite interesting. I don't know how they can tell whether you're going to have a boy or girl just by what age you are when you conceive and what month it is when you conceive, but that's what they say. So that's 1 each, 1 for boy, 1 for girl. The next one I was thinking of doing was the baking soda. So I guess bicarbonate soda, that's what we call it in England, because we have baking powder and bicarbonate soda. So I don't know if it's a mix of the both. But that, I think you mix it with a little bit of your urine, so that's really nice. So I'm just going to go to the kitchen, and are you going to stay there? Come on then, come with me. Oh, there we go. I'm going to take you to the kitchen. Oh, sorry baby. Should I pick that up? Oh. Just managed to knock something off the mantelpiece. Probably not in the right place to put it. Problem when you're pregnant, you are a little bit bigger than you are normally, and space awareness isn't always very good. You have to excuse the noise in here. The washing machine is on. He's 20 months today, so he's still another 4 months after turning 2, but I tell you, the terrible twos is definitely hitting here. Tommy, you coming in with me? Come on. He's actually not sleeping very well either, so that's not helping the situation. Right there, what's the matter? What's all that noise for? I'm really sorry about that. I might just pause that a minute actually. There we go, pause it so you can hear me. You can hear me, but you can't hear me over here. Oh, come on. Tommy, what is the matter? Settle down a little bit now. Hopefully long enough. So I've got my baking soda. No, bicarbonate of soda. I'm going to put, it says on the internet to put, I think it was dessert spoonful. Not sure. Let me just go and have a look on my phone, just 1 second. So the internet said to put a tablespoon or two of bicarbonate of soda or baking soda into a little tub. So I've done that. Well, I don't know how much I put in, put quite a bit in. And then to add a little bit of your urine to it. And if it fizzes, it's a boy. If it doesn't fizz, it's a girl. So I'm just going to turn you round so that you can see it. He's just been a nightmare. You just stay still, okay? This is why I've not done any videos recently, because I did a 14-week pregnancy update and I was planning to start doing videos again, because I stopped doing them because I was so sick in the first trimester, and I haven't been nearly as sick this time as I was with Tommy. I am exhausted. I am absolutely exhausted. Part of that is pregnancy, but part of that's because someone isn't sleeping. So I'm not getting enough sleep at night. So the evenings I'm completely out of it. Haven't got the energy to do anything. And he has decided that nap times aren't happening. Not in his bed anyway. So I'm either having to take him for a walk or take him for a drive. So any time that I would normally have while he was sleeping, I'm either exhausted in the evening, and then during the day I just need to take him for a walk or something. And even if he is napping in his bed during the day, you're not having another one, you already had a banana. I'm that exhausted that I'm having to take a nap as well. So videos have been non-existent, and as you can see, it's not easy to do videos while he's around because he likes to touch absolutely everything. Yeah, no, you're not getting that, no. You've had a banana, sweetheart. So yeah, it's just not happening. I don't have a vlogging camera. I've only got my, no, you're not having that, my phone, and then a big SLR camera, so they're just not easy to use. My phone doesn't really work great for doing vlogs on because it runs out of space all the time. Anyway, back to this test. Are you going to stay still now, please? Can you stay still? Otherwise you're going on the floor. That's it, good boy. Oh. Sit up. Are you okay? Yeah, his crazy hair. It needs cutting so badly, but I don't want to cut all the curls out. Right, okay, I'm going to switch around. So here's my little tub of bicarbonate of soda. I'm going to add some of my urine and see what happens. So fizzing up like a fizzy drink is a boy. No, don't do that, baby. And no fizzing, a girl. So we'll see what happens. Can you please be careful, because you already left something down the back of the oven. Okay. Quite disgusting. I will clean all this afterwards. Leave that alone. Oh, I don't know if I... No, leave that alone. Sorry about this. There is absolutely no fizz there. I'll try putting a bit more bicarbonate of soda in and see if that makes any difference whatsoever. No, absolutely no fizz at all. You're not having that. Leave it alone. Tommy, leave it. Leave it. Don't touch. He is an absolute typical boy. I know there's plenty of other boys like this, but he is a typical boy. So high energy. It's really hard work when you're pregnant. It's hard work anyway. But stop touching. I just need to clear all this off, don't I, so that you just can't touch it. Anyway, so that bicarbonate soda urine test would say a girl, because there was absolutely zero fizz there. Even adding more bicarbonate didn't do a thing. So that's 2 for a girl and 1 for a boy. So I've got one more test to do. If this turns out boy, I don't know, that's a bit 50-50. I have actually said that if there was 2 in there, I wouldn't be surprised, as in 1 of each, because I'm kind of like, food-wise, I am definitely craving more sweet stuff than savoury stuff than I did with Tommy. Tommy, I couldn't stand sweet stuff at all. This time definitely a lot more sweet, although I did go off some of it a little bit for a while. But some savoury stuff I've really enjoyed eating. Like one of the things I loved eating at the moment is sweet and salty popcorn. So it's a bit of both really. So yeah, it's kind of interesting. I have kind of said if there was 2 in there, 1 of each, I wouldn't be surprised. And I saw 3 magpies one day in my garden. There's loads of magpies in our garden all the time. I saw 3, so that's 3 for a girl. And I went to have a closer look and found a 4th one hiding. So I'd put a little thing up on Facebook saying I'd seen 3, then I saw a 4th one hiding. Take of that what you will. And a few people did comment saying maybe there was a girl seen on the scan and there was a boy hiding. So we'll find out. I'm sure if there was 2, if I was having twins, I'm sure they couldn't hide on both scans. But I'd be surprised if... I know it can happen, but the likelihood is there was just 1 baby in there. Right then, no, you're not allowed that. That's definitely not. Right, we need to go back in the living room now. So I've moved upstairs to do this last test, just so I can have a bit of peace and quiet. Tommy's watching a little bit of television downstairs. I didn't think he'd let me do this without trying to touch everything. So the last test I want to do... Oh, sorry. Wobbling there a little bit. The last test I want to do is the ring test. So I have my wedding ring on a piece of string. I'm going to lay down, hopefully I can record this correctly. A bit difficult on my own. I think if you need to dangle it over your belly, if it goes in a circular motion, it's a girl. If it's side by side like that, it's a boy. I hope I've got that right. So I'm going to do that and see what results we get from this one. So give me a second. So I'm laying down on my bed, as you can see. And there's my bump. Quite a big one. So I'm going to try and see what happens here with this ring. So we'll see what happens. That looks to me, and I'm not doing anything, it looks to me like it's going round in circles. Try and... oh. Now it looks like it's going side by side. I'll try and get you a bit closer. No, it looks like it's going in circles again. Yeah, so more circles than side by side. Now it seems to be going just side by side. In circles again. I'm not 100% sure. I think it was more circular motion than side by side, so I'm guessing more girl that was leaning towards. So that would be 3 for a girl, 1 for boy. So I guess we'll find out. So as I said, I've got my scan this week, and I'm pretty sure we have decided that we're going to find out what we're having this time. I'd like kind of like the experience of finding out. Had the experience of not finding out, and that was nice. It did get a bit frustrating at times, but it was nice not finding out. It was a nice surprise when the baby actually came. But it would be nice to try and get a bit more organised, and you know, we've got all these clothes with Tommy because he's only, well, he's 20 months now. So we've kept everything from him. If I am having a boy, then I've got a ton of clothes already, and I obviously want to wash those, but I don't want to wash them if we're not having a boy. So I've got enough things to do without making jobs for myself. So, and also the name thing, because we were rubbish at picking a name, it might make it a bit easier if we know what we're having. I'm really apprehensive about finding out, because I have heard stories where they were wrong and they actually had the opposite. So they were told they were having a girl and they had a boy, or vice versa. And I've heard of, I think, 3 different stories that's happened with different women. So I'm a bit apprehensive about being completely convinced when they tell me. So the plan is that we get them to write it on a piece of paper, put it in an envelope, and then we will do some sort of gender reveal. So I'm not too sure what I'm going to do yet. I'll plan something, give it to the shopkeeper or something like that, and they can choose the right colour of the item that I'm using. And then I'm having a kind of birthday party barbecue in September. So although it's still early August at the moment, I'm having a barbecue for my birthday, because I have a big birthday coming up this year, and that will be early September. And I was thinking that it might be fun to do a gender reveal at that birthday party. So although we are having our scan this week, we still won't find out what we're having, or we won't let other people know what we're having. I heard that Keith, my husband, his cousin tried to get the same thing happen, so them to write it on a piece of paper, and they wouldn't do it. They would tell them, but they wouldn't write it on a piece of paper. So we'll cross that bridge when it happens. If they won't write it on a piece of paper, then either we will both find out at the time, or Keith will and he'll plan it. But I think we will still do a gender reveal. So it'll still be another month or so before others find out what we're having, if we do find out. So it's quite exciting. Yes, I'm 20 weeks today now, so I'm halfway. And I'm so pleased. Still feel like a long way to go, but I'm pleased I'm at least halfway. And the hard part at the beginning is gone. I know there's a hard part at the end, but I hate the beginning of pregnancy. My sickness lasted until 20 weeks with Tommy. Luckily it didn't with this baby, which is an interesting one, because apparently with girls you're more sick than you are with boys. So if this is a girl, it's a bit bizarre that I've not been half as sick as I was last time, although I have been pretty sick, previously, in previous weeks anyway. Anyway, I will draw an end to this video. I apologise for it not being the best quality. I have to do what I can do with a toddler around, and I figured it was better to do a video than no video, since I have been a little bit lacking on the front of doing anything video wise or even blog wise for the last few months. I do share quite a lot over on Instagram and Facebook, so if you're not following me there, go and follow me there, so you will get some updates and pictures and just some of the things that happen on a day-to-day basis. We have had some sleepless nights, and I have shared those over there, and I'm trying to share the humorous side of it as well as the it happens to everyone side of it, if that makes sense. You know, I'm not unique in these things. We all have to deal with it at some point. Even if we've got a good sleeper, and Tommy is a really good sleeper normally, often we have to deal with these things. I'm just trying to be lighthearted about it, as well as saying, look, I'm dealing with it. If you're dealing with it as well, you're not alone. So go follow me there. So if I am a bit lacking on the video front, at least you can keep up to date and see what I'm up to, and see a few photos of me and of Tommy, mostly Tommy than me, because it's hard to take photos of myself, and just see what we're up to. But thank you for watching. If you haven't already subscribed, I'd love you to. My name is Leah, and this is my second pregnancy, and I am an older mum. I am going to be 40 this year, so I am dealing with pregnancy into my late 30s and obviously into my 40s as well. Never expected that this is where I'd be in life, but life takes you where it does, and you just have to get on with it. I'd love you to subscribe if you haven't already and be part of my little community. I am going to get better at doing these videos, hopefully. I am saving for a camera, a smaller camera, a vlogging camera, and I am getting really close to having the money available to buy that without hopefully affecting our finances, because money is tight. So I am getting close to that, and that will hopefully make life a little bit easier to make some videos. I enjoy using my big camera, but it is hard work because it's not really set up for doing sit-down videos. It's more for taking photographs, portraits and landscape photographs. So it's not really the best for videos. So yeah, I'm getting really close to having that camera, hopefully. That hopefully will make life a little bit easier, and I'll be able to get back into making videos, because I want to be able to capture some of the memories we have with Tommy and obviously this new baby as well. Anyway, I will stop rambling on now. I will see you in my next video. Bye!